What would you do if a new colleague, desperate to impress, told a lie so audacious it involved your very own mother tongue? In today's story, my simple, friendly greeting becomes a masterclass in how to handle a pathological liar. It all started last week when a new colleague, let's call her Megan, joined our team. From the moment she arrived, Megan stood out. She wasn't just confident. She was what you might call aggressively assertive, with a loud personality that filled every room she entered. A few days in, I found myself in the break room having coffee with two other colleagues and Megan. The topic turned to travel, and one of my coworkers sighed, saying she wasn't bothering to book any trips because of the ongoing uncertainty in the world. Megan immediately seized the opening. She lamented how tragic this was for her personally, as she was an avid traveler who made frequent, exotic trips to Europe as a hobby. I admit, when I think of an exotic trip, my mind goes to sandy beaches and blue oceans. Maybe the Bahamas, not the often rainy and gray country she was describing, but, I figured, to each their own. Then, Megan joked that all this time stuck at home was making her worry she'd lose some of her foreign language skills. My interest was piqued, and I asked her what languages she spoke. She puffed her chest out and proudly claimed to be fluent in 3 European languages, specifically mentioning French and Dutch. She didn't just say she was fluent, she insisted she was at a native speaker level, adding that people in Europe were always shocked to discover she wasn't from there. At that moment, Megan made a critical error, completely unaware that her desire to seem impressive had just led her into a trap of her own making. A trap sprung by one of the very languages she claimed to master. You see, I was genuinely thrilled. I was raised in Belgium, a country with 3 national languages, French, Dutch, and German. French and Dutch are my mother tongues, the languages I think in, the languages I speak with my family. It's quite common back home to be fluent in at least 2 of them, since we learn them from a young age. The chance to speak Dutch at my American workplace was a rare and welcome surprise. With a warm, genuine smile, I leaned forward and said, in perfectly normal, conversational Dutch, "Oh Luke, Dan hebben we iets gemeenschappelijk." It means, "Oh fun, we have something in common then." I spoke clearly, not in some obscure dialect, but in the standard, everyday Dutch you'd hear on the news in Flanders, the same kind I use with friends from the Netherlands itself. The friendly smile on my face was not returned. Megan's face instantly twisted into a sour, defensive mask. A flicker of sheer panic flashed in her eyes before she concealed it. "Was that supposed to be Dutch?" she asked, her voice dripping with condescension. I nodded, still a bit confused. "Yes," I said simply. She let out a sharp, awkward laugh. "Oh, well, I couldn't understand you," she said, looking around as if for support. "You must have a terrible accent. You must not be that good at speaking it." The sheer, unmitigated audacity of it almost made me laugh out loud. "I don't have an accent. I speak Dutch more fluently than I speak English," I calmly explained. "I grew up speaking Dutch my entire life. It's my native language." Her face hardened. She was miffed, cornered by her own lie. "Oh, really? Where are you from, then?" she snapped. "I'm from Belgium," I replied. "So I also speak French, then." A little bit of mischief got the better of me. I knew she had lied about Dutch, so she had almost certainly lied about French, too. With a bright smile, I added, "Which you just said you speak as well." "Cool, we can speak French instead." That was the final straw. Megan shoved her chair back with a loud scrape against the floor. She shot me a venomous look, spat out a furious whatever, and stomped out of the break room. The silence she left behind was thick and awkward. My other colleagues just looked at each other and shrugged, with one of them murmuring, "Well, she shouldn't have lied." This explosive reaction revealed Megan's greatest flaw, a fragile ego built on a foundation of lies. When one brick was pulled, she couldn't stand to watch the whole facade crumble. But the story doesn't end there. Later that day, Megan approached me, her face still a mask of indignation. She accused me of embarrassing her by acting superior about my European heritage. I told her there was no way I could have possibly known she was lying. She just rolled her eyes and called me immature before walking away again. As she accused me of acting superior, I couldn't help but think of what one online commenter later pointed out. The only way I was superior to her was that I didn't feel the need to lie to impress people. The situation escalated when another colleague quietly pulled me aside. She told me she'd overheard Megan talking about me behind my back, calling me a little B-word who enjoys bullying new colleagues. Her lie, her embarrassment, had now become my problem. She got caught, and now she was trying to paint me as the villain. I certainly don't feel like a bully, but I also don't want this to spiral into a massive workplace issue. Part of me wonders if I should just apologize to keep the peace, but another part of me feels like escalating this to HR might be necessary, especially since she's resorting to inappropriate name-calling, though I worry that might make me look immature to my other colleagues. Thankfully, I have witnesses who saw exactly how it all went down, so I know I'm in the clear if she tries to twist the story further. In the end, this story is a powerful reminder that the truth has a funny way of coming out, and lies, especially those told to inflate one's own ego, often collapse in the most spectacular ways. So, what would you have done? Should I have just let the lie slide for the sake of office peace? Or was exposing it, even accidentally, the only right thing to do?